coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So South Carolina's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here comes their leader, Jesse. He just has a way of elevating everybody's play.
And he's a point guard, too. So good at distributing the football, finds the open guys, and he makes this offense go.
Makes it go, and just, you can trust him. Everything is available. You're not playing with one arm behind your back. You got all guns blazing.
Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
So much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like we just talked about with footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Kentucky's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pulls it in. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go to the counter. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Wildcats are on the move. They'll throw it on 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. And that will go backwards. A negative play in that time.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the play fake. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam, that defender's right in your face.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. It's complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Lets it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
One of the areas they really focused on as receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Throws to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live and dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
He'll start this drive firing. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off play action. Finds his big tight end. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
He'll bring it back. It's Jacobs. And the returner goes down. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense. You move the ball all the way, and you can't protect your quarterback. You get the sack, and now it's probably field goal time if you make a field goal.
He got it. And that lead grows even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they... And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. one back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things... Second, we'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Snagged in the middle. It's Jacobs. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Second and 10. He'll throw again. It's complete on the right side.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And the pass is intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He's got it down the middle. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's got the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one. A 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Stanford overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from Palo Alto, this Cardinal team has to be thrilled with this result. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Devin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Caught in the backfield, it's Caldwell. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're scaring at third. Trying to pick up a first down. He's looking to throw on third and short. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Makes the catch past the sticks. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. They're moving quickly after that big fourth down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Quarterback checking the play. Looking downfield, it's Miranda. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open as a court.
Going up top. Catch and stride inside the 15. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Leaves it with the back. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. To the air on first down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Kentucky! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's going to pass. Trying to get behind the defense. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and you're like, listen, passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Now on second down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to...
Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys in my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Give to the running back. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Makes the catch, and he will score. Touchdown, South Carolina. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense. These little guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen it.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the return, it's Jacobs. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying.
Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup. Thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Trying to pick it up on the ground. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there. Offense working from the pistol. The give to the right. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the ground game. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. To throw, it's Miranda. Makes the grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Stopped after making the catch.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking for the edge on the jet sweep. Turns it on at midfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. This attack so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Going to the running game. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
What a play by the Saints. Really good understanding. Like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football.
He's taking the shot. Snags it down the right side. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Gamecocks. A great catch and run for 6. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the run, and he's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. Touchdown, South Carolina! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to... maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Slings it downfield. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Lowry. Quickly to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Complete in the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's right on target.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield, using the quick game. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Kentucky going quickly. He'll just keep slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. They'll run this play from the pistol. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Back to throw, it's Miranda. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. The inside handoff. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. Handoff from the shotgun. And the Gamecocks get it past the sticks.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Really good start to this drive. They've moved the chains a couple of times. They've created some space. They'll snap it from the... Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Ooh, the defense so lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity to take a chance and take a shot, and they executed that play beautifully.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Running back goes in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. Quick toss. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Runs it back to the 37. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
To the air, it's Lowry. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Unloads it left. And he intercepts it.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Looking to move it through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Got his man quickly. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take